At first, I thought I was just tired. I was forgetting little things, names, appointments, why I walked into a room, the kind of stuff you blame on stress or lack of sleep. But then it kept happening. Not just the forgetfulness, but this strange hollowing out of things that used to feel certain. Ideas, roles, words. I'd hear someone talk about career or purpose or the future. And it all started sounding like noise, like someone reading from a script I no longer believed in. It wasn't a crisis, it was just a slow erosion of certainty. No fireworks, no big bang, just a daily drizzle of doubt. I didn't lose my faith in one dramatic moment. I leaked it through 1,000 little holes I didn't know were there. And here's the tricky part. No one tells you that this is part of awakening. Because when you hear about spiritual awakening, it sounds beautiful, transcendent, like becoming light, love, clarity. But the beginning, the real beginning, often feels like confusion, detachment, and disillusionment. Not because something's going wrong, but because something's finally not pretending anymore. We're taught that certainty is safety, that if you can define it, label it, predict it, you're in control. But what if that illusion of control is the very thing that's keeping you from seeing clearly? Here's what I started to understand. Certainty is addictive. It gives the ego a place to stand. But truth doesn't care how comfortable you are. I was addicted to certainty. I was addicted to being someone with answers, with a plan, with a spiritual vocabulary that sounded wise. But deep down, I was terrified of silence, terrified of the question I couldn't answer. Who am I when none of it makes sense anymore? And here's where it gets educational. Because whether you call it ego death, cognitive dissonance, or a metaphysical glitch in the simulation, the erosion of certainty is actually a psychological and spiritual mechanism for growth. In psychology, it's called Schema Collapse. Your mental model of reality begins to fail. And instead of updating it gently, life rips it apart. Not to punish you, but because it's too small for who you're becoming. In spirituality, this is the void, the dark night, the unraveling. And it's not a bug in the system, it's the threshold. It's where the old version of you dissolves, and the new one hasn't arrived yet. And yeah, it sucks. You'll try to go back to normal. You'll try to believe in things that no longer resonate. You pretend for a while, until pretending feels worse than letting go. That's when you begin to see that clarity doesn't always come in the form of answers. Sometimes it's a willingness to stay in the question without numbing out. That's what I learned the hard way. Another scar, another story. If you've got your own, you're not alone.